A very good morning to all. Myself, Samir Rahul Lohkare from Bapurao Deshmukh College of Engineering, Sevagram, BTech first year, Section B, roll number 48, and today I am going to describe you about Ajanta Caves. So let's start. The Ajanta Caves are approximately 30 rock-cut Buddhist cave monuments dating from the 2nd century BCE to about 480 CE in the Aurangabad district of Maharashtra state in India. The caves include paintings and rock-cut sculptures described as among the finest surviving examples of ancient Indian art, particularly expressive paintings that present emotions through gesture, pose and form. They are universally regarded as masterpieces of Buddhist religious art. The caves were built in two phases, the first starting around the 2nd century BCE and the second occurring from 400 to 650 CE. According to the older accounts, or in a brief period of 460 to 480 CE, according to later scholarship, the site is protected monument in the care of Archaeological Survey of India, and since 1983, Ajanta Caves have been a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The caves at Ajanta are excavated out of a vertical cliff above the left bank of the river Waghora in the hills of Ajanta. They are 30 in number, including the unfinished ones, of which 5, Cave 9, Cave 10, 19, 26 and 29 are Chaitya Gruhas, and the rest are Sanghramas or Viharas. The caves are connected with the river by rock-cut staircases. The excavation activity was carried out in two different phases, separated by an interval of about 4 centuries. The first phase coincides with the rule of the Satvana dynasty from about the 2nd century BCE to the 1st century BCE, while the second phase corresponds to the Basim branch of the Vakataka dynasty with their Asmaka and Rishika feudatories in 5th and 6th centuries, formed by successive volcanic eruptions at the end of the Cretaceous geographical period. The rock is layered horizontally and somewhat variable in quality. The variation within the rock layers required the artists to amend their carving methods and plans in places. The inhomogeneity in the rock has also led to cracks and collapses in the centuries that followed. As with the lost portico to Cave 1, excavation began by cutting a narrow tunnel at roof level, which was expanded downwards and outwards, as evidenced by some of the incomplete caves such as the partially built Vihara Cave 21 through 24 and the abundant incomplete Cave 28. The Ajanta cave arts are a window into the culture, society and religiosity of the native population of India between the 2nd century BCE and 5th century CE. Different scholars have variously interpreted them for the perspective of gender studies, history, sociology and anthropology of South Asia. The paintings of cave cover the walls and the ceilings. They are in a fair state of preservation, although the full scheme was never completed. The scenes depicted are mostly didactic, devotional and ornamental, with senses from the Jataka stories of the Buddha's former lives as a bodhisattva. The two most famous individual painted images at Ajanta are the two over life-size figures of the protective bodhisattvas Padmapani and Vajrapani on either side of the entrance to the Buddha shrine on the wall of the rear asile. The cave features a large and the most sophisticated vihara design, along with some of the best preserved and well-known paintings of all the caves. The cave paintings have attracted much attention for extolling human virtues by narrating Jataka tales. The narration includes attention to details and a realism which is lavish elegance, accomplished by an efficient craftsman. Tried to show wind passing over a crop by showing its blending in waves, and a similar profusion of rhythmic sequences that unroll story after story, visually presenting a metaphysical. So friends, this was all about the Ajanta caves. I hope you would have gained some information about this masterpiece. Thank you all of you.